So let me guess. You want to move to Raleigh, North Carolina, but you haven't been here yet, or better yet, you just need a better understanding of the area, the city limits, what is there to really do in the area. Well, I'm going to save you a lot of time here because in this video, that's exactly what we are going to discuss. And so when you do travel here to North Carolina to maybe take a trip or to visit to see if this is a good fit for you, you no longer have to waste your time looking at areas that just don't make sense to you. What's up, family? It's Roney Polynice here. And as I just mentioned, we're going to talk about the areas within the Raleigh city limits so you can have a better understanding. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys so that we can go ahead and take a look. The first area that we are going to discuss here today is West Raleigh. So when you're looking at West Raleigh, you're probably wondering, well, where is it first and foremost? Here, I'll go ahead and pull up the map here so you guys can take a look to see where exactly it is on the map. And I will say a few areas that are really attractive, that really have high demand, that a lot of people do inquire about, or they just like it. It's Oberlin Village and Cameron Village. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at this. I don't know why it separates it just over here when in fact west of Raleigh is all this. But west of Raleigh, you're gonna really have Lake Johnson right near you. As you can see at the bottom left, you have Lake Johnson that you can go travel to. Not only that, but this west of Raleigh is really close to NC State as well. So if you have maybe children that want to attend that school, or you just want to be closer to your child, I don't know, whatever the case may be, that is actually west of Raleigh is where you're going to really find that NC State students and kind of all that stuff going on there. Not only that, but two main roads that you definitely want to be cognizant of. It's Hillsborough right here. And then you have Weston Boulevard. So those are two main roads, and you can kind of see it splits right there. Those are two main roads at the moment going through massive construction, construction, I should say, where they are just trying to reframe everything. So it's gonna look pretty chaotic now, but I'm sure later down the line, maybe when you watch this, or maybe better yet, when you visit, it's not gonna look like that. But that's something that you could definitely look at in the West Raleigh area. I personally like Cameron Village a lot just because it's a lot to do there. I shouldn't say a lot. It's things that you can do there. If you like to go shopping, that's probably where you're going to be, especially if you are in that West Raleigh area. Now that we have West Raleigh out the way, I didn't really speak too much about the demand of the area. I will say it's about a 50. It's like halfway, so half in, half out kind of thing. It's not too much, but it's not too little of that aspect. But let's go ahead and do a deep dive into one of the areas that you probably all want to know about, downtown Raleigh. So let me go ahead and share my screen once again so that you guys can now see what is downtown Raleigh is like, what is going on there, what does the real estate look like there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the demand. So as you can see here, it's rated as like a 43, somewhat competitive, which, I mean, of course, the climate where we're at probably plays a huge factor. A lot of people do make inquiries about this area for several different reasons. So West Raleigh at the moment has this one beat without a doubt. If we go ahead and take a look at West Raleigh and look at the real estate in that area, you can see. So I don't like how this map here just kind of puts this boundary all around it, because downtown Raleigh is, I would consider this like really all of it, and I can even extend it. That's probably me being generous. However, a few areas that you're going to want to take a look at, especially if you're looking at this area. Warehouse District. I actually did a video on this area. I did a video, like pretty much a vlog tour of this area, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. But also Glenwood. Glenwood is one of those roads that, I mean, if you like to party, you're a young individual who likes to go out, or you just want to go to a bar, restaurant, anything, Glenwood is this long street that you can have all those kind of things all around you to do. Not only do you have Glenwood, but you also have, of course, the downtown area, which is going to give you that same exact kind of feel. I believe if the street is called Fayetteville Street, in which you can just kind of get that same kind of feel. That's where a lot of, the corporations are, a lot of bars, a lot of shops. I mean, you're going to have them all around you. I can even extend it to Moore Square, right? So you have Moore Square, and then, I forgot the name of this one. Yeah, I completely forgot the name of it, but that's another park that you can go to. So you're going to have parks, you're going to have bars, you're going to have shops, You're gonna have businesses, corporations, you might actually work there, to be honest. You might actually end up working downtown Raleigh. Just be cognizant if you are going to work in that downtown Raleigh area and they are forcing you to go into the office. Good luck with parking. You're probably gonna have to pay for it, which extremely sucks, but hey, you get what you get, right? You get what you pay for. However, talking about the real estate, I do want to talk about Old East specifically, because when I was taking a look at this and I looked at the demand, I said, whoa, holy smokes, what is going on over here? Why is so many people interested in this area? Because it actually caught me by surprise. I actually thought another area would have been the one to, be of interest, which is, if I could find it for you guys. Here it goes. It's called Bowling Heights. So I thought that area would have been, but I guessed wrong and I didn't have it right there. But Old East seems like an area that a lot of people have been attracted to for whatever reason, and maybe it's because it's new construction. There's a lot of modern things going on over there, as you can kind of see here. If I could click on a few of the homes, you guys can kind of see the pictures. It's just a lot of new ones, which probably plays a factor because downtown Raleigh, you're not going to really have that much land, but you will have, I will say, that land. That's why you kind of see properties like this, where they're kind of really tight together, building up, and that's just kind of what you get. So you get that modern luxury kind of feel there. But personally, downtown Raleigh, you can never go wrong with any downtown area, in my personal opinion. Everybody has their own pros and cons of whatever the case may be. I think it's all going to really depend on your lifestyle. I actually lived in that area. It was pretty cool. Will it be somewhere where I raise a family? Probably not. It's a little bit more chaotic there. Is it a place where if I want to go out for the weekend, am I going to go there? Absolutely. So if you're thinking about traveling here, you're thinking about the downtown area, really take consideration of the things I kind of mentioned there, whether it's maybe even you just looking for a place to rent and you don't want to be able to drive your car or have to drive your car. That area, that downtown area, is very walkable, so you have that ability to do that as well. So it's really depending on your lifestyle, what you like to do, what you don't like to do, and which is going to be a best fit for you. So that number that is popping up right there, as you guys may know or may not know, I'm a licensed realtor here. So that number that's popping up, make sure to give me a call, shoot me a text, email, day or night, heck, maybe even on the weekends. So we can go ahead and create a plan for you to identify what will be a good area for you to focus in on, so we can help you relocate to this area. And let's make that process as seamless as possible. And just before I wrap up speaking about the downtown Raleigh area, I'm going to share with you guys, I almost forgot to talk a little bit about the central downtown area, which it extends down here, which that quite frankly doesn't make sense to me. But again, just really looking at that area, just so you guys can see what areas are and whatnot and so on. I just want to share that with you guys before moving on to east of Raleigh. Now, east of Raleigh, personally speaking, I'm not a big fan of it. I don't really spend too much time over there, and there's several reasons why. It's just not that much to do. It's less people inquire about it. And if I'm ever in East Raleigh, it's either I am there just to go get something, or I am there to just go visit a house or see a house based off of what a client wants. But I don't go there on my leisure time to just go hang out. I just don't do it. There's not much over there for me, personally speaking, for me to go ahead and do over there. And you can kind of take a look to see. I mean, you don't really see any lakes. I think this is one park over here that you see. But besides that, there's just not much. It's just homes, and yes, of course, you're gonna have your miscellaneous things that you need to do, shop, go to stores, bars. You're gonna have those things. It's just not nearly as much. It doesn't really bring a crowd out of here as well. The main road that's right by it is Capitol Boulevard, so that road in itself, it's pretty hectic. I will say it gets pretty hectic, especially during rush hour times, as you all can only imagine. However, let's take a look to see what the demand looks like in this area. Look at that. Look. You see why I don't spend enough time there? No one really cares about this area. But I will say I can't bash it too much, because it is an area that is developing. It is an area that is in the work of progress. So it is what it is, right? So let's skip all that and just move on to the next one, which is south of Raleigh. South of Raleigh is another one. I spend a little bit more time here, given the circumstances of what it is that I'm going there for. However, let's take a look at the demand to see why, and boom, there you go. I think the big reason why I think the big reason demand is really high here is specifically for this project that is going on in the downtown Raleigh area. I'll go ahead and share my screen once again so that you guys can really see it. I've spoken about this before, but this is a huge project that's going on in the area that's going to give people the ability to have more entertainment essentially in the area to do. It's not going to really show you, which kind of sucks, but it's not going to really show you too much of the end goal plan. Okay, let's see if I can go ahead and help you guys out here. So let's hope that it actually can show us the actual plans of what is actually. So it's supposed to be this big old shopping center. It's gonna have like a soccer field, which a lot of entertainment events are going to happen there. You're gonna actually it looks like it's going to be as well, not only shops but apartment complexes. Most likely is going to be businesses as well in that area. This in fact gives me a really good feel of North Hills, which we'll talk about North Raleigh a little bit later, so I'm not going to get ahead of myself. But that project in itself is sure enough going to bring a lot more attention, a lot more eyeballs, a lot more things to do. At the moment, it's just not much going on there, and it really bounces off that central Raleigh location area. But I think a lot of individuals, including myself, I'm looking forward to that downtown South Raleigh project, that master plan project that they're working on, because it can be magnificent. I mean, it can change the entire Raleigh spectrum at this point, because many people don't go to South Raleigh at the moment. In fact, they actually spend most of their time North Raleigh, which we'll talk about, or you'll probably find a lot of individuals on the west of Raleigh. East of Raleigh, South Raleigh right now are just two areas that many people just don't really care for. And just before moving on to the next one, I just want to show you guys the map here so you guys can have an idea and understanding of the south of Raleigh. And the only major city that is closest to it, or suburb town that I can mention here, is Garner. So if you're not looking so much to be in that South Raleigh area, but you still want to be relatively close to it, or you just prefer to go outside of it, Garner will probably be your best bet. But moving on to the next one, let's speak about it. The one that everybody wants to hear about, the one that everybody loves. As you can see here, North Raleigh, which incorporates North Hills as well, Bry Creek as well. And these are all areas that I hear all the time of individuals wanting to know a little bit more information on, because it is the talk of the town. I mean, if you go there and you look at the place, you're going to be like, what in the world is going on here? Downtown and North Hills are two separate places. And I mean, they don't really look that much the same, because in my opinion, North Raleigh gives you that more luxury feel. It gives you that more, modern feel. Not to say that downtown Raleigh doesn't give you that. It's just not quite the same, if that all makes sense. So let's take a look to see what the demand looks like. And it's about 53, which I could see that to a certain extent. Especially when you kind of cater to the luxury market a little bit more there, in my personal opinion. It's, it may hurt them a little bit more. However, let's go ahead and take a look to see where is the North Raleigh area to begin with, so you guys can have that idea of what is there to do. Not only that, where is it on the map, so when you are traveling here, or if you're even thinking about moving here, what areas to really look at. And there you have it. I mean, this is one area where I can talk all day long. You're gonna have your parks, you're gonna have your bars, you're gonna have your shops, you're gonna have your modern feel, you're gonna have that luxury feel if you're even looking for that. You're gonna have essentially everything that you may need. However, you may drive a little bit longer to get to one point to another, depending on where exactly you are. Like here it says Northwest Raleigh. I just consider this all of Raleigh. Over here is like that Bry Creek area that I was mentioning. So of course that's a bit of a travel time. I would say maybe 15 minutes for you to get to that North Hills. If you're looking to go more up here, you'll have a few things to do, more parks or anything of that nature, but nothing major to the point where you're gonna be like, this is not for me. In fact, I mean, you can see how many people already want to list their home, maybe to get out of there for whatever reason, or they're just trying to they're trying to cash in at that point. But North Raleigh, you can never go wrong with, in my opinion, if you have deep pockets to go out there and play with all those big fishes. As you can see, the price points here are not relatively the median price point in the Raleigh area at the moment of this recording. So take that in consideration. Don't say you didn't hear from me. However, this is an area, if it really is attractive to you, go ahead and give me a call, shoot me a text, email, and let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit more. Let's dive deep into your lifestyle to see if this is an area that could be fulfilling to you, because there's only way when I can help you guys. And if I understand your guys' lifestyle, that's the best way for me to help. Now that you have an idea of Raleigh broken down into different pieces, maybe now that should be able to help you identify a specific area that you're looking at. So now if you do decide to travel into town, now you are no longer wasting time. You know exactly what to look for. You know exactly what to go ahead and visit, so that you can see if living in Raleigh, North Carolina is going to be a good fit for you or not.